told a few people lately about Notebook LM and using it for managing meetings, but I thought I'd better make a video to show you a little bit about it. So Notebook LM is a Google product, and it's changed its name recently to Gemini Notebook. But in order to find it, you can just go to Google and type in Notebook LM, and then it'll give you the link to where you can go to find it. And you can click on Try Gemini Notebook. You probably need to be logged into a Google account to do this. But as you can see, I've used it quite a bit. I've been using it since, what have we got there? March 2025 or thereabouts. So I've been using it a little while. So one thing you can do is I've got one of these little recording things. Okay, I got this from a local electronics store. In New Zealand dollars, it was $79, so it's not very expensive. What you can do is you can use this to record a meeting, whether it's in person or online, so you record the audio. Then what you do is you pop out the little USB extension thing on it, and you put it into your computer, and it will download an MP3 for you. Then you can put that MP3 into Notebook LM to get a transcript. I'm going to give you a slightly different example because I don't want to divulge any of the meetings that I've had. I've got a YouTube channel here, and one of these videos is here, Olivia Colman reading a letter from the Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Okay. So what I've done is I've gone into Gemini Notebook and I've said, create new notebook. And I'll do it here. It has asked me for the source, and I go add sources. And then I've gone down here to websites, so you can upload files, or you can, which is what I would do if I had the MP3 from the meeting. But in this case, I want it to talk about this particular video of Olivia Colman. So I've copied the link there and I click insert. And then what it'll do is I did this earlier because it takes a little while. It has read that source and it has given me a summary of what it's about. Okay. Now, what I can do at this stage, if I actually want the transcript, I can type in here and say, please give me the transcript. And then I can I can then copy that into ChatGPT if that's where I prefer to work or whatever it is that I'm using. But I can actually ask questions of that source document. And by the way, you can put a whole lot of source documents in here that are all related to the same thing. So let's say, for example, you've got a PDF and an email that you've copy pasted the text of, and you've got a video, and you've got a whole lot of other things, and they're all on the same topic, and you just want an overview of what they all are. You can put all those sources into here, into the one Notebook LM notebook, and then it will give you a summary. And then you can ask questions. So this particular thing is about a letter from Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, talking about a 1940 bombing of Buckingham Palace. So let's say, how did Queen Elizabeth feel when the palace was bad? Okay. Excuse me, I'll just turn that off. So it'll go away and it'll find out the answer to that question. Just wait a moment for that. Evaluating reactions. So in her letter, Queen Elizabeth described her immediate physical reaction as having her knees trembled a little bit for a minute or two after the explosions. So there you go. You can ask questions of it. You can also do things like saying, what is it that I promised to do in that meeting? Or what did Joe, whoever the meeting was with, what did Joe say about what his schedule is like for the next week? Or whatever it is that I want to recall about it. Another thing you can do is all these things over here in Studio. So I suggest you get into Notebook LM and have a play with it and click on what all these things are. But one really nice one is this audio overview where you can say, I would like you to give me a conversation. Generally, it's between two people. Okay, conversation. There you go. Conversation between two hosts, unpacking and connecting topics in your sources. So it sounds like a bit like a podcast where you've got, usually it's a man and a woman in an American accent, talking about the source stuff, the stuff that you've put in here. Let's just go for a short version, brief. What should the AI hosts focus on in this episode? The emotions of the bombing experience. Okay. And you can say whichever language you want it. If you want it in something other than English, you can say which sources you want. We've only got one source in this stage. Oops, I've just clicked the wrong button. Let me go back to this. Type this again. The emotions of, I'm probably spelling it wrong now. Bombing experience. Emotions. Okay, and we want to go, I'm going to copy that before I lose it again. Brief. Okay, and generate. So I'm just going to pause the video while that generates. Okay, so we're back. Let's just hit play on this to see what it sounds like.
This is the brief on the emotional reality of the Blitz. A September 1940 letter by the Queen Mother to her mother-in-law captures the psychological aftermaths of Buckingham Palace being bombed, revealing how people process sudden, lethal terror. To understand this, we first look at the exact moment danger struck. First, consider the whiplash from mundane to mortal terror.
So you get the idea. It's going to give an overview of whatever it was that we're talking about. In this case, it's a video, so you probably just watched a video. But if you had a whole lot of PDFs and you want an overview of them, then that is a really good way to find out what they're all about. You could perhaps use this if you want an overview of a book, or if you wanted an overview of some stuff that you were studying. And you can, if you want to go with the longer deep dive one, it's going to give you a much longer, version of the audio. So you could use that while you're out exercising or whatever you want to do. Other things in here, I'd suggest you have a play with them, but you might want to go reports and then find out about different reports. So study guide would be a good one if you were trying to study for something. A blog post, if I wanted to write a blog post about that bombing of the Buckingham Palace and the Queen Mother's reaction to it, then that would be a really good way to do it. Okay. It's also got suggested format. This is interesting. So it's suggesting a few different things that you might want to do. A clear retelling of the Queen's Day to help students understand the realities of whatever that is. So this is Notebook LM. It's free with Google. This is the Pro version, which I think is a paid version. But if you have a look in yours, whether you've got free or Pro, excuse me, you can have a look at it.